Okay, well, today our program is about the fishing tournament. And Linda is going to be our moderator for that, as well as introducing all of our guests. Whenever you're ready. Thank you.
All right. Are we all ready for a great fishing tournament this year? Yeah. Are we ready for a great fishing tournament this year? Okay, so the St. Joseph Sound Flats Classic Fishing Tournament will be holding their 4th annual tournament Thursday and Friday, October 16th and 17th. And the community, of course, is invited. The Rotary Club of Dunedin and the Dunedin Boat Club team offer this event in a way to raise money with proceeds donated to Pinellas County charities. Rotary lives by the motto, service above self, which is this project is all about. In the past 3 years of its existence, through this event, almost $49,000 has been raised and donated to Pinellas County charities. The event itself is twofold. We have a Thursday evening gala and auction, and Friday morning is the fishing tournament. There are a lot of segments to the event to be completed before the event actually occurs. First, we're going to talk to you about the website. We're going to have Scott Lee, our website chairman. Scott? Hello. Who created the fishing tournament website and updated it, maneuver around the website for you so that you know how to get into it to order tickets for the fishing tournament gala. The tournament the next day is not really a part of this anymore because we have sponsorships and that's pretty well completed, but he will take you through how to get online. And to some people, I gave a paper ticket to. If I gave you a paper ticket, that meant that Dustin and I are taking care of getting you registered. So you are a sponsor and we're taking care of that. You'll still have to check in when you get to Lucky Lobster, which is where we're going to have our event Thursday evening. Thank you, Tom. We know we'll get great food. So he's going to maneuver around that. He will show you how to get on the site and how to maneuver around the website to donate, sponsor, buy tickets to the gala. Scott Lee.
Well,
Yep. You need somebody to
no, I'm a former middle school, high school teacher, so it's very bizarre for me to speak with a microphone. First of all, I'm normally just scream to a crowd, and you're all seated and not throwing anything, so it's not my typical classroom. Anyway, I'm in charge of the website. It's very simple to sign up. It's thank you very much for passing around all the tickets. There's a sjsfc.com. It's as simple as get a ticket to the auction. I'll have to stand over there and do that link at the same time, but you can purchase seats, donate in general, reserve a table, all of the options. There's separate events, of course. Dustin is going to speak in a moment about all of the wonderful auction items we have. There's a sports memorabilia collection for Bucks fans. I'm already ready to buy stuff on that. Jewelry for a bunch of auction items that Dustin's going to talk about. And then there's also another way to purchase tickets for sponsoring teams, like a sponsor a boat full of veterans or wonderful things like that that businesses can do. And all of the details are on the site as well. You can view how to, the membership details of the different types of sponsors. All of that information is available on the site. I think is Dustin ready to talk next, or who's now? Okay. Yeah, it's pretty simple. You go to the website, you can click on buy a ticket for the auction, you can click on sponsor a boat, and everything goes right to the link that is coming up next. Thank you.
Thank you, Scott. So we have gone completely electronic for the registration. And so, as I stated earlier, if you got the paper ticket, we are taking care of it for you. Thursday evening, we will hold the gala. We will have a silent auction and a live auction. Silent auction items will be available to bid on 7 to 10 days prior to the event. And during the evening, no need to leave your chair or your beverage or your place in line at the bar. That's important, I know, to some people. You can place your bid right there so you don't miss out on getting that item. And remember, all of this goes to Pinellas County Charities. So it's very, very important that you get there, you enjoy yourself, you bid, and you have a good time. Along with the silent auction, it's a live auction. This year, we have phenomenal items to buy in both the silent and the live auction. If you cannot make it that evening, you want to ask someone to bid for you. You do have to register to be able to bid. So, but they are really, really great and they are well worth it. So here to tell you about registration process and the silent and live auction is our 2025 registration and auction chair, Dustin Layton.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hope you're all doing all right. I brought you a visual. Pull it up on your phone. Make sure you go buy some tickets. Like we said, it's going to be a great event. $65 a person. You can buy some tables if you want a discount. Like she mentioned, we're going to have some great auction items. Wine on the Docks donated some bottles of wine. They're going to do the fishing tournament flyer as the label. So private label. We're going to auction those off. There's 50 of those. We got a 2-hour captain cruise with Katie from Freedom Boat Club. There's a fish feast at the Fenway. We got a half-day fishing with Rob Scholl. I wish he was here to give him a round of applause. But you know, we got some great vacations too that you guys can bid on, and we can sell those up to a few times so you can move them around. And then our silent auction, like Scott said, we're going to have some Bucks memorabilia, some Bobby Bowden signed items just for you. And then, yeah, like Linda said, we should have those up in a week or two. You guys could start looking at those. And I'm looking for any input if you guys have any other ideas on anything we should include. And Renee's put together some great baskets from local people as well. So if you need anything, let me know. You guys have my information. If you don't, hit me up after the meeting and I'll help you buy tickets or whatever you guys need. All right? Okay. Wait, Lindsay.
Thank you very much, Dustin. Dustin has been a godsend this year. He has been wonderful. So he's just been wonderful to work with. He came in a little later. We had someone who was helping and then was not able to help anymore. And so Dustin not only took over registration, which is a big job in itself, also putting all of the silent auction items online and all of the registering for the live auction and doing a PowerPoint, which this year is going to be a little bit different at those who went last year. Some had a hard time hearing, just because they were sitting in another spot and the speaker system was not, that they were using was not up to par for Terry. And there was a speaker system, however, he was using the wrong one. But he didn't know that, so that's okay. Terry was our MC and auctioneer last year. Terry, thank you so much. But it's going to be different in that we will have TVs throughout the location. We will have the auctioneer will actually be on a riser. The registration will go more smoothly and checkout will go phenomenal, and that you'll give them your phone number, and at the end of the evening, it'll come up on your phone and it'll say, this is what you bought. Go pick your stuff up. How wonderful is that? So the tradition of the Dunedin Boat Club is to auction off what they call a wheelbarrow of cheer at their events. And so here to ask you for your help in filling that wheelbarrow with some cheer is our chairman for cheer, Terry Hopkins.
I know usually I bring the wheelbarrow and beg and cry because it's empty. This year, it's still empty. However, it's empty, but I didn't bring it because my wife is actually painting it today. And I don't know if you guys know about artists, but you don't bother artists when they're working. So next week, when you guys come to a meeting, if you would, look in your liquor cabinet, go to your cabinet and look at it and go, I never drink that scotch. Bring it, please, because I know somebody that will buy that scotch and can help contribute, because we raised, what, $49,000 over the last several years? And I think with the wheelbarrow cheer, we'll make $50,000 this year. So bring your booze, bring that bottle of wine that your cousin gave you that you're never gonna drink, as long as it's unopened. Just bring it and we'll put it in the wheelbarrow cheer, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So see you at the auction that night. Yes, ma'am. Yes, if it's in a bottle, bring it, okay? Any kind. And especially bring the stuff that you're not ever gonna drink, because I know the stuff in everybody's closet that they're never gonna drink. Bring it, we'll auction it off it, we'll turn it into money, and we'll turn it into charity. Thank you.
Martha, who's now moved, she in St. Pete, is that where Martha is at? Martha, one time, the very first time, I think she brought 13 bottles. And that was a good year, but Terry did bring them all to the event. He didn't keep any. So, well, you may think as you're sitting there, that evening, on Thursday evening, I don't want to buy anything. I don't want to register, or maybe I'll leave early. Well, I'm here to tell you, snooze, you lose. At the end of the evening, we're going to have a drawing, and you're all going to have these paddles, and you'll put your paddle in this basket, and we will draw one out, and whoever is the person who is still in attendance will get $100 bill.
All right.
So that's worth staying around and just going to bed just maybe a half hour later. So, so hang on your paddles first for two reasons. One, if David Bramley leaves his paddle, I might pick it up and bid. David's going to buy some things that he didn't know about. So hang on to your paddle. On the back of your paddle, well, this list that I'm sending around of live auctions will all be listed. So you'll have that with you. So you can say, oh, they're doing this one next. And I want to stay because I want to bid on that one. Or they're not doing that one for 2 times. I can go to the bar and get a drink quick and get back. So pay attention to that. And that will be on your paddle that evening. So you can kind of look at it and say, gosh, I want to put that one down because I want to bid on that one. So the other reason is at the end of the year, at the end of the evening, as I stated, we will have the drawing for the $100 bill. So sponsors, we're going on to Friday now, and sponsors, and we'll have question and answer on Thursday evening, Friday, when we get done with this. So, just enjoy yourself, relax, because we've got a dynamic second part of this coming up. So Friday morning, those who are on the committee are up bright and early, and we've got to be there by probably 7 o'clock, 6:45. So we have to get up earlier than that. But without sponsors, I will tell you, this event would not occur. It would not occur. It just wouldn't be held. Plans begin in November. So we have this in October and November. We start with plans again. This takes a lot of work for this committee. And in January, the committee starts to meet again. So now we're ready to, we're getting into the website in order to getting sponsors. And Stacy Muellers is the sponsorship chair. And Stacy has the hardest job of the entire event. She works to bring in new sponsors. I work to bring in existing sponsors. That means that they would have been a sponsor a year before. So she definitely has the hardest job. Approaching new sponsors, giving emails out to them, finding new sponsors, and getting those sponsors. Now, I will tell you a little bit about the tournament itself. The tournament is not for you to take your boat out and fish and be in the tournament. The tournament is where we actually contract with a professional guide with their boat, and they're all licensed and insured. So those who are fishing get a royal treatment that morning. They get to actually just come enjoy breakfast. We transport them, actually drive them down to the boats, and they get on the boats, and they just walk on and they have an enjoyable day. In addition to that, we make sure that they're safe. We give them a dry fit shirt that is also UV protected. So we take care of that. And we have sponsors that sponsor them. We have sponsors that sponsor a boat for their family, for their friends. We have sponsors that decide that, well, I want to contribute, but I don't want to fish. So we last year started a new event, new line item where you can sponsor a spot on a boat as an individual, as a company, as a group. you can sponsor a spot, and we give that to a veteran to be able to fish that day. And so how joyful for them. But right now, Stacy's going to talk to you about how hard it is to get sponsors. Thank you, Stacy.
Thank you, everybody. That's hard. So I have good news and bad news. The bad news, which actually feels a little bit devastating. The business climate, as you know, is a little bit challenged these days. And we've actually lost our top 2 sponsors. Flammer, who was a leading sponsor at a $4,000 level for each of the first 3 years, has decided that they just can't contribute this year because of their business climate. And Remax, who sponsored last year at the $2,500 level, also decided not to participate this year. So that was a big blow. And the Flammer news just came in very, very recently. So it was a late decision on their part. We've kind of been counting on them. That being said, last year, we raised $12,500 in sponsorships. Even without those 2 headlining sponsors, we've raised $15,600 this year. And even though I'm the sponsorship chair, I want to tell you that that's 100% because of Linda Crystal. So we haven't given up. We're still hoping to bring in a couple of big sponsors before the tournament. And anybody who can help, if you know somebody who might be interested, please let either Linda or me know. Linda has my contact information. And that total actually results in 6 boats with anglers going out, which last year we had 6 boats. So no increase in the number of boats yet, but we're hoping to increase that.
Thank you so much, Stacy. Stacy, I may chair this as overall chair, but there's no way I could do this without a committee. I mean, you have to have a committee. Our committee actually is comprised of 17 individuals. So we meet monthly. So all this is going on. Well, we're just going out throughout our year, but everybody has committees. How they need a good committee. I have that. So so last year we had a great idea because we really we had the people who said, we had one person, actually it was a Rotarian, who said, I want to donate, but I really don't want to fish. And so I talked to you about that. And so I said, well, let me think about it. And the next morning I called him and I said, Maury, how about a veteran? And he said, perfect. So we started that and it has really had huge success. I mean, you contribute to an entity, an event that the proceeds goes to those kind of charities. You get to go to a gala as part of your sponsorship. And the next day you get the wonderful feeling that you know that you have a veteran that you sponsored that's out there fishing and hopefully having a wonderful, wonderful time. So obviously, you know, we can't have the fishing tournament without our professionals. And I want to talk to you a little bit. Rob Scholl is in charge of getting all of our boats, and Rob is a relatively new member of our club. And he also makes sure that he gets all of the boats as to what I need and all of that, and make sure he has them in line and that they're doing everything that they could. And chartering with these boats is not an easy endeavor to get because he feels that his name is on the line. So he wants to really make sure in his business. So he wants to make sure that he has really good guides who know what they're doing and they're going to get them out there because they have their spots, but they don't tell anybody where their spots are, where they take their people to go fish. So, you know, individuals, companies, groups contract with us to sponsor the fishing boats, and then the entire boat comes totally ready. So everybody who fishes gets a really royal treatment, and then they get taken out for the morning. They come back that afternoon, and we have pizza and donated by Madison Pizza, by the way, which is wonderful. We get a lot of people who do in-kind sponsorships and donations, and that helps us to keep the costs down for all of these. And we're also, I need to mention this because these people have been phenomenal to help us. Wine at the Docks, we all know and love Wine at the Docks. It's probably, I would say, it's our cheers for the Rotary Club. We go there a lot for events, for pop-ups and whatever, but they not only are donating, you'll see that evening, they're donating a significant event that Dustin talked about earlier with some very limited edition bottles of wine. So they'll be auctioned off at the very beginning. But they also, in addition to that, last year, of course, we know we had a hurricane, and then we had to postpone it because we had another hurricane, and we had no docks, we had no boat club building to use. So I was talking to Mike and Patty Bryant, who are the owners of Wine at the Docks, and they said, you can have your Friday morning tournament people come here. We'll open up. We'll donate the beer and the wine that they want to have. So we said, wow, what better deal is that? And so all of us gather early in the morning. Now we all know that Sterling Wine or Wine at the Docks does not open until later in the day. But Mike is down there open at 7 in the morning and is there throughout the day for us. And we have our entire event on Friday there. We just pretty much take over the place, and they're so gracious to us. So next time when you're thinking about where to go to just have a little beverage with your spouse, stop into Wine at the Docks and tell them you appreciate them. So, but well, yeah, you've got to do that. They don't have food, so go have dinner. Well, actually, you could. Thomas told me this. You could order your food while you're at Wine at the Docks, and Tom will get it to you. And actually, Patty said she'd go down and get it. So they're working together. Isn't that a wonderful thing? So today we have a really special treat. And David, if I go over, you just Dave, stand up, because I might do that. We have a very special treat. We have, but don't interrupt them. The next one's coming up. Okay. Interrupt me, but don't interrupt them. These people are, and I'm gonna try not to get emotional, so important in many, many ways, but today they wanted to come and be here as their way of letting you know how much it meant for one who got the privilege to fish last year and others who get to fish this year. You think it doesn't mean a lot, but it does. Would you all please stand and come up? All the veterans who are going to be fishing. Okay, I'm going to ask them to introduce themselves and actually tell what part they have in this, but also what they served, where they served, and what they served as. So start with Allison. And you have to stand here.
Oh, okay. My name is Allison, and I'm a board member for Club 214 Land and Sea. I met some of you at the Peace Pool event in February. We are a veteran nonprofit, and I'm excited that the people that support us also support you guys. Madison Avenue Pizza is a huge supporter of ours. They brought pizza out to one of our boat meetups a few weeks ago. And Wine at the Docks as well. They are having a Docktoberfest, and they are taking money from their raffle items and donating it to our club. So we have 7 events a month. Social events on land and at sea. So that's kind of where the name came from. And we have 3 mental health support groups and a coffee meetup that brings in guest speakers to tell veterans about any services that they offer, and a networking event as well, so that the veteran members can come and share about what they do and get their business amped up a little bit. So I appreciate you guys inviting us. Thank you, Beverly. I know it's because of Chad that were so involved. Chad was our Veteran of the Year last year for Veterans Day for the Army. So here's to him. Recovery. We have our own 5K happening right after your fishing tournament on October 18th at Divine. And we have sponsorships full, but we're waiting for more runners. So if you know runners, and it's just up and down the trail, easy, beer after, tell people about that. The funds that we raise, a portion of that is going for our outreach committee. And Pico is our chairperson for our outreach team. And we are taking food, non-perishable food items and donating them to veterans, elderly veterans that are experiencing food insecurities towards the end of the month. They get paid at the beginning of the month and kind of run out of money and what resources by the middle of the month. So we're taking 2 food drops to them in the middle of October and the middle of November. And the middle of November, we're also taking them a hot meal that's going to be prepared by another nonprofit locally called Harbor Dish. So we have a lot of stuff going on our own. We're happy that we could be here, and I'll let Pico talk.
Hi, I'm an Army vet, and I serve. Thank you. I'm a combat vet from the Cold War era. That's what they call it when we went to Bosnia and Haiti, because they weren't really wars; they were humanitarian efforts. So it really wasn't in a war. I was helping with things. Like she said, our 5K is coming up, but there is a 1 mile walk run. And if you wanted to register and not show up and just eat cupcakes on your own couch, the money would go towards getting food and resources to our veterans. And a lot of them are Vietnam veterans. And when she says food insecurity, they are the impoverished, and people don't usually think about that at Thanksgiving. You don't think about veterans who don't have families. So that's what we're trying to do this year, and we're hoping to make it something we do regularly. So that might be you eat your cupcakes and all the stuff you're not supposed to eat. Buy that little 1 mile thing, and we'll use it for a good purpose. Thank you guys very much I'm looking forward to being on the boat.
Yeah, and then James fished last year. Oh, yeah.
You better get out in front of the podium. You can see yourself.
Runsignup.com. And if you look, it's called Camo and Cobwebs. Because Halloween, and we're also doing a little award for the best dress. So dress crazy.
My name is Jeff Smith. I'm a Air Force veteran. I flew aeromedical evacuation from 1985 through the end of Desert Storm. And I joined Club 214. It's a great bunch of people, great camaraderie, and they really do a lot of good for veterans in general. Thanks.
Hello, I am James. I did 5 years in the Marine Corps. I was on helicopters also. I went on the fishing trip last year and I had an absolute blast. And I wanted to thank you guys for paying for it. It was pretty cool. I've been fishing my whole life and I've never gotten to go like on a tournament. So it's actually really cool to get that opportunity. And that was about it. It was a fun time. I hope this year there'll be some different veterans going than me, so that's exciting that they'll get to experience that also.
Thank you. Any questions for these individuals before I let them come sit down? Anybody have any questions? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So you might wonder how many veterans we actually are sponsoring having fishing this year. And we're feeling really great though. Last year, I think we had 3 on a boat. I think we had 9. Must have had 9 because we had 3 boats. This year we actually have 12 veterans fishing. So So as Dustin said, if you don't have your tickets, it's SJSFC, which is St. Joseph Sound Flats Classic. I can say the acronym now and I can't say the word, so buy your tickets today. So the net funds are given to the charities, as I said, and remember, you can help Pinellas County Charities help a veteran. Have a lovely evening. It doesn't get much better than that. You're guaranteed Thursday evening to go home with your tummy full of great food from Lucky Lobster and your heart full as well. You will have helped raise the money your club will be donating to Pinellas County Charities in grants this year. Remember, this is possible because you donate, because you sponsor about a veteran, purchase tickets, buy auction items, and attend the event because you support it. Your favorite charity can apply for a grant to Rotary. David Kelly is the chairman of the grants committee. So if you have a favorite charity, ask them to apply for a grant. So if you think your favorite charity is important, now is your chance. You are important to this fundraiser. Thank you. Sure. I probably know that, but I will grab this. This is through the live auction. This year, we contracted with a professional auctioneering company, the MC and auctioneer, and they are wonderful people. Jeff Cohen, as you will meet him, because he's going to be the MC and the auctioneer, used to work for Home Shopping Network, so he's really good at what he does. So some of the events that say you want to do something, but you want to stay in Dunedin, you can buy a over 2-night stay at the Fenway. In addition to that, you get dinner at Lucky Lobster, and you also get a brunch at the Clearwater Yacht Club. But if you want to stay in the United States, you can go to stunning Sonoma Valley, the Vineyards Estate Vacation. It's a 4-day, 3-night stay for up to 8 people. They will have you will stay actually on the vineyard, and you will be given a gourmet dinner as well as pairings with wine. And also you will visit and have tastings at 3 other vineyards in Sonoma Valley. There's another one that's called Fire and Ice. This is an international. It's an 8-day, 7-night stay for up to 6 people. Now this doesn't expire for 3 years, so you could surely fit it into your schedule. We know that. So one of those is in Sweden. You have a choice, or you could buy 2 or 3 or all 4. One's in Sweden, so you can see the snow-covered mountains and endless slopes for skiing. You go to Finland, and there you could join invigorating landscapes and wilderness. And actually, I think you see the Northern Lights. You can see the Northern Lights from there, from Finland, so where they're going to be staying. And the other one is Club Marabella by Crown Resorts in Casa del Sol, Spain. And the other one, the last one, is Club Tahiti Resort of the Canary Islands. So there you go, and you'll see the striking, brilliant blue of the Atlantic Ocean. So that's all. Any other questions? Comments? Would everybody please stand, except our veterans that we had today. Would everybody stand up? We want to tell you how much you mean to us as veterans, and that you created what we're living in today, and you had a large part in that. And so thank you very much.
Thank you so much. You know, our club, and this was mentioned in the Happy Dollars, we're so lucky to have Linda take an interest in this club and the interest that she does. And if somebody asks me my opinion about something, I say, wait a minute, I'm waiting for an email from Linda. So